ahead and get started. It's 5:30. I want to welcome everyone to our partially virtual school board meeting tonight. At this time, I would like everyone to join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, would everyone please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Daryl, you may be seated. All right, so we'll move down now to approving our agenda. We have a few additions to the agenda tonight. The first item we need to add is to consider a 24-25 student accident insurance under item E, and I'll make that motion to add.
Second.
A second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of adding action item E, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I hear none. There's another addition under item F, under the board action items, and that needs to be considering the SFCC fiscal year 24 offer of assistance. And I'll make that motion to add.
Second.
Is that Susan?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor of adding action item F, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? I hear none. There is another addition that would be item G under our board our board action items, and that is to consider purchase of 4 72 passenger international buses. And I will make that motion.
Second.
A second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of adding this additional item, please say aye.
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 All opposed? I hear none. Are there any other additions to the agenda tonight? If not, I will need a motion to approve the amended agenda.
Motion.
Make motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Johar.
Second by Kim.
Second by Kim. Okay. Sorry, it's a delay. It's hard to. All right. All in favor of approving the amended agenda, please say aye.
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 All opposed? I hear none. All right. So we'll move down now to recognitions. Carla? I can't hear you.
Can you see me? I've got balloons
I
behind
see
me.
you and I hear
I'm
you now.
sorry.
You're fine.
I was playing around with it and it stuck. So we're celebrating, okay? I'm going to try to share my screen. It's been a hot minute since we've done this. And let me see if I can do that. Just 1 second. Oh, I think I did. Yay. Can you see my School Board Recognition Month picture, Stephanie?
Yes, I do see it.
Great. Awesome. Okay. Well, tonight is all about you guys. As you know, every January is labeled National School Board Recognition Month. And for fear of losing my job and just making sure that we let you all know how much we appreciate you. I've got a few things to share. So I want to thank you as board members for ensuring that every child in our district, as well as each employee, has a chance to succeed in school, at work, and in life. I want to thank you for demonstrating the competencies that make up our Muhlenberg County Profile of a Learner. Each of you, as an engaged citizen, add value to our community and purposefully pursue opportunities to make a positive impact. As an effective collaborator, you value diverse perspectives and achieve a common goal. As a creative problem solver, you inquire and reason to design solutions for our district and assist in developing innovative ideas. As a skilled communicator, you clearly and effectively express your ideas through meetings and interacting with our schools and staff. And as an empowered learner, you are equipped, confident, and self-directed, which allows you to take ownership of your leading and learning. As a way of thanking you for your dedication and service, the Muhlenberg County School District has a few items to present to you. For those who have been to the board office this afternoon and gotten your book, and you would have received a certificate of appreciation from the Kentucky School Boards Association, thanking each of you for your service as board members. And then there will be a special thank you treat delivered to the board office next week for you to enjoy, that was created once again by Miss Ashley Mefford's culinary class at the high school. This crazy weather has messed that up this week. We want to thank you for representing each of the 5 districts that make up Muhlenberg County Schools. So thank you, Ms. Rager, Ms. Wells, Ms. Bard, Mr. Johar, and Mr. Bowers for your service to the students and staff of the Muhlenberg County School District. And that concludes my recognitions. Thank you very much for your service.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Y'all make it easy for us. Well, except for Eric. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll move down now to that little goon, to his treasurer report.
Frankly, I don't know if I want to do it now.
Oh, come on. We like your numbers.
All right, so you all see it?
Yes.
All right. These are the numbers as of December 30th, 2023. Revenues, it's a pretty significant revenue month. I'm kind of excited about it, really. This month we had about almost 18 million in revenues, about 6 million in taxes revenue, and 7.8 in TVA, which is up. TVA is up about 1.45 from last year. So I don't know if you all recall, last year they told us that we would be getting a bump last year. Well, I guess the bump came this year. So now we're trying to predict on what's going to occur next year. So right now I'm currently trying to get, I'm actively getting a meeting again between Contessa, TVA, myself, and the state, like we've done in the past, to try to get a good handle on that. So hopefully that'll be something we can get made to happen. So SEEK is unchanged, our federal cash request. So that was, you'll see that's a significant bump. That had to do with a lot of getting some of the assurances on their side plugged in. So that's a little bit, some of our lag catching up. Food service is down 313,000, but everything else is pretty much up. So daycare, all that, for total securities of 49.2 million. On the expenditure side, we had a 1.264 million in accounts payable. That's down about 466,000 when compared to the same period last year in construction in those areas. The significant bill in December was the Old Wealth National Management, which was the debt service that was paid. Excuse me. And payroll was about 3.9 million. That was up 921,000 versus December of 22. But if you recall, that was the Christmas additional supplemental that we added.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, I had to mute that. Let me go back to here. All right. So for total expenses of about 5.1 million. Accounts payable breakdown, fixed and mixed expense of 473,000, variable expenses of about 341,000, utilities expenses of 118,000. which is pretty much right along trend. So I feel good about those right now. The ledger balance is 44.1 million, with the bank balance of 34.2. Again, those are significantly up due to tax revenues and TVA. Further breakdown of that, you'll see general fund is at 29.9 million, and that's up about 12.2 million. So that's your tax and TVA revenue. Special revenue is up about 806,000. Again, that's those assurances lag catching up. Daycare up about 37,000. So for a total of about 15.4 up from the previous month. Extended financial picture through May of 2024, we expect to have about 41.65 million in. I will say that's probably going to be a bit less, depending on when I wasn't sure where to put some of the capital expenses, where they would hit this time. But as we start with the merger and those sorts of things, we're going to start seeing those ramp up. And I'm pretty much expecting those to hit end of year and throughout the summer. So we'll see that balance drop, and then we'll be able to kind of look at things moving forward when we look at salary schedule and those sorts of things, and be able to utilize some of those funds. Are there any questions?
I don't have any. Does anyone else? All right. If not, I will need a motion to approve the treasurer's report. I have a motion by Mr. Bowers,
Second.
second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of approving the treasurer's report, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
I hear none. And we'll move down now to payment of bills and salaries.
Thank you again, Chairman Rager, board members. This month, I'll bring you 965,000. Of that, about 464 is general fund, fund 2, 198,000, and construction is 303,000. Fixed expenses, about 406,000, variable, about 479,000, and utilities 80. The two significant bills that were there were A&K Construction for 274,385.65, and then the Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court, the 238,382. That's our additional SRO costs that we now have. So again, we try to handle as much of that with grant funds that we can, but where we don't have that in grant funds, and we do have the partnerships with the sheriff's office and that sort of thing, it does help alleviate some of those expenses. But as we added the additional people, that's where we've incurred more expense. So that's about 238,000. Any questions?
No. Anybody else? If not, I need a motion to approve payment of bills and salaries.
I'll
Motion.
make a motion.
I have a motion by Ms. Bard,
Second.
second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of payment of bills and salaries, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I hear none. Move down now to public participation. I'm assuming we have none.
There's no one here.
Okay. All right. So now we'll move down to our administrative report. First off, our personnel actions have been given to us, and the report will be placed into our minutes. And next, we have the superintendent presentation.
Yeah, so this month I get to turn that over to Mr. Jerry Rager, who's going to share what's been going on at North Middle.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. Mr. Wells, would you please start the PowerPoint for me, please?
Sure will.
I just want to spotlight some things that's happened at Muhlenberg North Middle this year, along with our students and staff activities, our fall sports, our girls soccer team they were undefeated. They had a great year this year, and as well as our boys soccer team, middle school boys soccer team. They were undefeated, and the future is very bright for soccer in Muhlenberg County. So, glad to share that. We have several that participate and has done very well at cross country. So, our middle school participation keeps increasing. Softball, back-to-back GRVC champs. So as you can tell, the future is very bright for athletics all the way around in Muhlenberg County. Our boys middle school football team, 7th and 8th grade, were GRVC champs. So very proud of their accomplishments this year. The 2 exciting football games we got to watch. 7th grade, they won the tournament at the high school. So very proud of them. We're still in the middle of our sports season with the boys basketball. Our girls middle school team, they were basketball, were 7th and 8th grade, were GRVC runners up. So we're very proud of them. Our archery team has been very, very successful on the tournament on January 6th at Auburn. They were first place, as well as first place on January 13th at the Mustang and Stars tournament. Our band is still growing as well. We had several that you're going to see that participated in all district band. And we had several that participated in the quad state band as well. So very, very proud of these students and of their skills. Clubs, the students are very excited about the different clubs we have. Yoga, golf, book buddies. That's where Miss Blake takes students over to read to the longest students. So they're very excited to be able to do that. STLP, that robot was just in very tiny pieces in a box. We have aviation, Mr. Bletzinger and Miss Bingham do that. So we do want to thank Mr. Bletzinger for coming over and helping with that. Kindness, we have Random Acts of Kindness Club, where they will just do random acts of kindness for students and staff during their club time. Foodies is a new one. We have 24 different clubs in all. Miss Smith and Miss Henson, our nurse, that's our biggest club now, is the Foodie Club. They get to cook something. So we had Halloween, and no, the Blues Brothers routine is not in there. Okay, by the way, if anybody's expecting the Halloween video. Christmas, we had a lot of people participate in dressing up for Christmas. Cousin Eddie, there in the middle, Miss Ray, as you can see. Star Student Celebration, we do a Star Student. The teachers select a Star Student each 9 weeks, and then at the end of the 9 weeks, they have pizza and games during lunch. Skill Communicator, very successful with Skill Communicator and Beta. Reagan Lear was a state Beta secretary last year. Madeline Fields was recently elected state secretary at this past Beta convention. Our students are engaged citizens and doing drives for the Humane Society donations. Empowered Learner, our academic team has been very successful in the district. They got second place. So we had several students that won individual awards. Creative Problem Solver. This here is actually a service project from our librarian, Miss Lear, called Care as Wings. They collected items for chemo care kits to give to people receiving treatment. Effective Collaborator. Our Beta students got first place in the living literature at the state Beta convention. So very, very proud of our students and staff at North Middle. We've had a very successful year so far, and we look forward to finishing up the year. And that's my presentation.
All right, great. Is there
Mr. Rager.
Thank you.
Yep, and that's all I have for the superintendent report, except for attendance. Is Alex on?
I had us muted.
He's here. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Chairman Rager, board members, just I'd like to take a minute to review month 5 attendance and enrollment. Month 5 ran from December 5th through January the 10th. Enrollment for month 5 was 4,217, which was down 4 from last month. And then the attendance percentage was 90.1%. Of course, that's low too. A lot of that was, or majority of that month was before Christmas, about 2.5, 3 weeks before Christmas, and then a few days in January. So of course, you all know we struggled a little bit with sickness there before the break. Our division leaders for the month were Muhlenberg South Elementary and Muhlenberg South Middle School. So congratulations to them. And that wraps up the attendance and enrollment report for month 5.
All right. Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And Miss Laura, is there some updates that you can give as far as the middle school mergers? I don't know about the other board members, but I've been getting a lot of questions about different things regarding that. I mean, could you just give maybe like a brief update of where we're at on that?
Yes, absolutely.
Not to catch you off guard.
No, you're good. You're good. Sadly, we're in kind of a wait and see mode. We're waiting for KDE to approve the facilities planning part of this work. But I do know that Mr. Bledsinger is kind of working behind the scenes as far as going ahead and having conversations with our architects, kind of like what are some things that we know are going to need to be happening. So as soon as we hear back from KDE and we can move forward, we will resume our meetings with our merger committee. Again, just kind of, they did want to kind of help us walk through these steps. So we're hopeful that within the next month, we can get them back together and start that communication process. And then Eric, did you have anything you wanted to add about the facilities planning and working with our architects?
Right now, our biggest goal, on top of getting back from KDE to respond to the comments that they do, which will pretty much wrap that portion up, is just in the background, like Ms. Orr said, is we're going to be figuring out what we need to have done in each of the buildings to get the smaller kids over at the North Middle building, what improvements need to be done in the restrooms, those sorts of things, preschool areas, all those sorts of things. Also, we're working on the logistics of the move itself, just so it's not, like all at once. So we're trying to figure out like what can be done over the course of time here. So that's the big thing that's going on.
All right. Obviously, we get lots of questions, so I just kind of want to get an update out there for people and kind of know where we're at in the process moving forward. So thank you for that.
I'm sure the biggest question would be, are we still planning to have that move happen for the new school year? And absolutely, that is 100% our plan. So we are just going to have to figure out kind of like behind the scenes how to make that happen. But that is definitely still the plan.
Okay, good deal. I know transportation has come up to me. Is it going to cost more? Is it, what about all the extra busing? And, I don't know the numbers on that, but I'm sure we'll get a closer to time. We can get some numbers out there for that too, Eric. All right. All right. Do what?
We'll talk about that further.
Yes, thank you. All right, we'll move down now to our board action items. And item A is to consider the regular monthly board meeting dates and times for the 2024 calendar year per KRS 61.820. And everyone was given a list of these dates for the month. That would be for the 24 meetings, January the 18th, February 22nd, March 21st, April 18th, May 16th, June the 20th, July 18th, August 15th, September 19th, October 17th, November 21st, and December 19th. And of course, if anything comes up, it's still staying with the third Thursday. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes, there's a couple of months, I know like February, we had to move it down to the 4th, but the rest of them should all be the third Thursday of the month.
Okay. All right. I know sometimes some other things come up that we have to move it for whatever reason, but anyway, those look good to me. Does anybody have any issues with the dates that are presented for our board meetings for 24? If
Nope.
not, I need a motion to approve.
Motion.
Have a motion by Mr. Johar,
Second.
second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of approving the 2024 board meeting dates, please say aye.
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 All opposed? I hear none. And we'll move down now to item B, and that is to consider posting a Title I certified teacher at Muhlenberg South Elementary School. Mr.
Chairman Rager
Perkins.
and board members, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Muhlenberg South Elementary has put together a very thorough request to use some of their already allocated funds at the school level to purchase or to post a Title I certified teacher to be utilized at the second grade level. They have done a thorough job of analyzing their winter iReady diagnostics and have the percentages for each of the different tiers for intervention for students included. They've also gone so far as to talk about some professional development opportunities that this additional position would be able to provide to teachers in the building. And on top of that, they have plans to increase parental involvement and have some more collaboration within the existing team. So with all of that said, the agenda item again is to consider posting a Title I certified teacher at Muhlenberg South Elementary, which again would be funded through school funds and would require no additional cost to the district. Are there any questions?
I don't have any. Does anyone else? If not, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to.
Have a motion by Ms. Wells,
Second.
second by Mr. Johar. All right, all in favor of considering the post of a Title I certified teacher at South Elementary, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I hear none. We'll move to item C, and that is the comprehensive district plan review and approval. Mr. Perkins.
Thank you, Chairman Rager and board members. It's that time of year again where schools have gone through the process of analyzing several forms of student achievement data and other needs that they identify within their schools to develop their school improvement plans as required by KDE. There are required goals from KDE, which have been included in all of the school and district plans, which you have had the opportunity to review. What we are doing now is approving the CSIPs that have been approved by the school councils already and the CDIP that, or you're considering to approve that, which has been included in your materials. Are there any questions?
Are there any questions on the comprehensive district plan review and approval? If not, I need a motion to approve.
Make a motion.
I have a motion. Was that Kim?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Bard, and I will second. All in favor of approving the comprehensive district plan review and approval, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we'll move down now to item D, and that's to approve architect for the Muhlenberg North Middle to Longest Elementary renovation.
Thank you, Chairman Rager. Really, this is just a formality. Is we're Summit has been helping us with this process, but what we did not want to do is just tack this renovation onto a current project just to perpetuate it any longer. So we just had to advertise for the architect. We did advertise, and Summit has sent back the request to be considered. And since they've already been in this process, we asked that we accept them.
Any questions regarding that? If not, I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
I have a motion by Ms. Wells, second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of approving the architect for the North Middle and Longest Elementary renovation, please say aye.
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 All opposed? I hear none. We'll go now down to our additional item of E. And this is to consider our 24-25 student accident insurance.
Thank you, Chairman Rager. This is for next year's student accident insurance. The renewal remained flat at $54,284.20. Again, this is what we have for our students if they get hurt during a school function, and it's a supplemental insurance.
Any questions on this? If not, I'll need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Ms. Wells. I'll second. I don't hear anybody. Okay. All right. And all in favor of considering the student accident insurance, please say aye.
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 All opposed? I hear none. All right. And item F is also an additional item, and that is to consider the SFCC fiscal year 24 offer of assistance.
This is the SFCC offer, that is done biannually by the School Facilities Commission, and we can escrow those up to 3 years. We did use those last time when we did the cafeteria. This is where the state will pay up to $56,099.18 of bond payments annually. I don't know how much, really, that will depend on our bonding capacity at the time, how much we'll be able to bond, but it's a good thing for the district. It's free bonding, basically.
Okay. All right. Any questions regarding that? If not, I'll need a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Johar,
Second.
second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of considering the SFCC fiscal year 24 offer of assistance for $56,099.18, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And I hear you now. All right. So move down now to item G, and that is to consider the purchase of 4 72-passenger international buses.
So,
I'm going to bed.
thank you. Nothing, there is not a free one in here, Mr. Johar, sorry.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah. These are each year we budget for 2 buses, and actually we've kind of under budgeted this year. The bus cost went up so significantly at 152,000 each. Last year, I believe it was like 130, 135 range. So it's a bit higher. We have not received all the buses that we've ordered. We also had 2 buses that got into wrecks. We received $70,000 for one of them from insurance. So the thought process behind ordering 4 right now is to just lock in that $152,000. Well, $153,000 really is or what the cost is, but try to lock that in, knowing full well that it's gonna take a while to even receive those buses. So I'd rather us agree to purchase 4 now than do 2 and then wait until next year and do another 2 when it's a higher cost, when we know we're gonna be waiting for them anyway. So I think it's a smarter purchase plan at this time.
How many are we waiting on now that you say that we've already purchased, that we're just still waiting on?
I don't know the exact number, but I think it's like 2 to 3.
Okay,
So we bought quite a few at that point, so. But
well, they're not getting any cheaper, that's obvious,
Well,
so.
Kim Dukes just texted me, she said we're waiting on 4 buses.
Okay,
So-
thank you, Kim.
So really thank you, Kim, but this is really a good way to lock in a lower price, might as well, yeah. Because we're not gonna be paying for them until later on anyway.
Right,
So basically, we'll have 8 new buses.
Correct.
okay.
And the 4 that we're waiting on, those are the $135,000 buses. So, you know, we're doing all right in terms of bus cost for that, in that respect, but I really don't want to come next year and bring 2 more to you and say, hey, they're this much.
175,000 each.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna make a motion to approve.
Second,
Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering the purchase of 4 72-passenger international buses, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? I hear none. So we are down now to our board consent agenda items, and this includes the approval of the minutes of the prior board meeting, surplus and disposal of Muhlenberg South Elementary items in the mezzanine, and to consider field trip requests. You've had that in your packets for review. Are there any questions regarding any of these items? And if not, I need a motion to approve.
Make a motion.
Have a motion by Ms. Bard,
Second.
second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of approving our board consent agenda items, please say aye.
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 All opposed? I hear none. And we are down now to adjournment. So I need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
A motion by Ms. Bard,
Second.
Salute.
second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? I hear none, and we are adjourned.